The Invalid Story by Mark Twain. The story deals with the unfortunate misadventures of two men on a train who mistakes a gun box and a piece of rolling cheese for a corpse in a coffin. It is presented in the first person narrative style, and before the unnamed narrator launches into his tale, he informs that he is afflicted with an illness that makes him appear 60 and married. He attributes his decline in health to a train journey he took 2 years before. He informs the readers that he is just 41 and was a happy, healthy man earlier. The narrator recounts the events happened 2 years back. After returning home in Cleveland, Ohio, he learned that his friend named John B. Hackett had died the day before. To fulfill the last wishes of his deceased friend, that his remains to be returned to his parents, the narrator set start the journey to Wisconsin with his friend's corpse enclosed in a white pine box. At the railway station, he spots a man nearby the white box tagging a label addressed Peoria, Illinois. The narrator rushes to the express car and is relieved to see his box where he left it. Before narrating the whole story, the narrator informs us that the boxes have been wrongly identified. He continues the story. Right before the train takes off, a stranger comes into the express car and darts off, leaving a package on the white box. Once more, the narrator discloses to his readers that the box contained Limburger cheese, which he did not know at the time of the train trip. As the train moved, Thompson, the expressman, seals the windows against the winter storm outside. The warmth inside made the cheese warm, and the evil smell emanated from it. As the car warms, the smell intensifies, causing uneasiness in the narrator, for he attributed the smell to the corpse inside the box, which actually contained rifles. A happy, enthusiastic Thompson eventually sinks into uneasiness and assumes that the smell is from the rotting corpse itself. After a few awkward minutes, Thompson took the situation in hand and becomes eloquent about his acquaintance with corpses in the past. He assures the narrator that his friend's corpse is not in a trance and that it is pretty ripe. They make a series of attempts to mask the smell. Thompson does not believe that the narrator's assertion that Hackett died recently. He admonishes the narrator, saying that Hackett's body should have been laid to rest long ago. Thompson uses various military and civil titles when referring to their deceased traveling companion. Both the narrator and the expressman make a series of futile attempts to mask the smell. Thompson breaks one of the express car's window panes and they both take turns sniffing fresh air from outside. They lit fire, uses disinfectant, smoke cigars, and finally give up. They decide to risk the cold instead of the horrible smell. They take turns at the broken window once again, and the train makes a brief stop. Thompson brings in carbolic acid and sprinkles it everywhere, which didn't help either. Thompson produces a bizarre assortment of items like chicken feathers, dried apples, tobacco rags, old shoes, sulfur, and asafoetida. All this heightens the malodor, driving the men out to the platform. At the next station, they are removed from the platform, frozen and insensible, and the narrator succumbs to a fever for the next 3 weeks. Later, he learns about the box of guns and ripe cheese, but it was too late by then. His health has been entering entirely undone by the work of his imagination. Thank you.